Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our third fight on the main card here in Copenhagen at Dominance Fighting Championship 2.0. How are we feeling, Copenhagen? Are we ready? Come on, Copenhagen! Are we ready? Let's get the fighters in here. In the blue corner, Hamza Dagdeviren.
And here we have the German entering Copenhagen. And as you said, Sebastian, records can be deceiving.
Yeah, extremely well credentialed on the amateur scene. I mean, being a two-time European bronze medalist, you don't get to that level without being incredibly slick. And, you know, he's also a BJJ purple belt. And like we said, you know, deceiving records. I mean, his last loss was to a really, really high prospect in Daniel Bainbridge, who is currently undefeated at like 5-0 or something like that. So that's, you know, hardly a bad loss. And you know what? Dagdeviren, he went the distance with him. It was a competitive fight. So, you know, this is a guy who you cannot underestimate, because if you do, you just might find yourself tapping out.
Exactly. He's 7-2 in amateur fighting, so that shows also that he can fight. He's coming here to show what he's made of. And a record of one win and 2 losses is nothing. You can start a steam and go winning and winning and winning, and suddenly the 2 losses is forgotten very, very fast. So if he starts winning now, he get 2 more wins, and he's on a streak, then nobody thinks about the 2 losses he got.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been so many good fighters that have, you know, started off with you know, or had a rocky start to their career. But, you know, it's all about how you handle that momentum going forward, what changes you make. And, you know, sometimes it can be like, oh, well, I was too comfortable in this position. And then you learn that, you know, sometimes in a painful way, but it's the painful lessons that'll take you the farthest.
But look at a guy like Charles Oliveira. Like, he didn't come out and you thought, okay, he's going to be a UFC champion. Like, he had a rocky start. He didn't win his first couple of fights. He had a tough time coming in. But when he got hot, he got really hot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's hope for Mack Promanee that Hamza Dagdeviren does not get hot today. Let's go up and let Sebastian Bull introduce the Danish fighter.
And now, Copenhagen in the red corner, Mack Promanee!
And if you want to choose a song to get the Danish crowd hyped, you choose the theme song from the national team that went to Mexico for the World Cup in '86. It's called Recept, named after our coach at the time, Sepp Piontek, by the way, in German. And here is Mack Promanee hyping the crowd.
And that hype is very, very warranted. He's done some fantastic things on the European scene, called Mack the Wave Promanee, which is in part, that nickname, a tribute to his club, Al Swab, whose symbol is the wave. But also it's because he says, and I quote from him directly to me, it's because I like to drown my opponents. And that is very, very apt.
I just want to be quiet. The whole arena is singing on this song. It's crazy.
Let's listen into the bandstand. I have to say, Patrick, how has no other Danish fighters come up with this idea? This is the perfect walk-in song for a Danish fighter.
This is the thought outside the box. It's so smart.
And Promanee with a very impressive record. 86% finishing rate, 5 submissions, 1 TKO. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. Every single one of those wins in the first round. people still on their feet here as well. What a reception for the wave.
Yes, the wave is ready. Let's see if he can drown out Dagdeviren. Let's get up and get these fighters introduced.
What a song, guys, what a song. Copenhagen, are we ready? Whoa! All right, well, guys, we are getting ready for a bantamweight fight sanctioned by the DMMAF with a weight limit at 61.2 kilograms. Starting in the blue corner, he enters his cage with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats. He weighs in at 61.4 kilograms and will measure at 179 centimeters. He fights out of Germany, Hamza Dagdeviren. Okay, Copenhagen, are we ready? In the red corner, fighting his 12th fight tonight with 7 wins to his name. He weighs in at 61.7 kilograms and one measured at 166 centimeters. He fights out of Suave and represents Denmark. Copenhagen, give it up for Mack Promanee. The referee in charge of this contest is Thor Sandberg.
And Mack promised Mark that he would sell out Copenhagen. We still don't know if it's because of him that we're sold out, but the crowd is feeling Mack Promanee right now.
Oh, for sure.
And here we go.
Immediately getting to the action, both fighters. Quick outside leg kick there for Promanee.
And I think even the viewers at home can feel the height difference, but there's also a difference at speed, it seems. Promanee on the attack.
Solid defense so far from Dagdeviren. Nice job of him turning the tables there. Now he is the one pressing Promanee up against the cage.
And we can hear the audience shouting Denmark, Denmark. Promanee really getting all the support from the crowd as he wanted.
And those long limbs of Dagdeviren might give Promanee some problems. That's why we saw him immediately try and shorten that distance and sort of leave those out of the equation on the feet. Oh, jumping in attack.
You can already see what you guys mentioned. You know, Dagdeviren is not some schmo just coming out from Germany.
Like, look, he's keeping his distance. The left arm till measuring out where the distance is. So Mack has a tough time to coming in, you know.
And did you see that? He just missed him, but he was timing that knee. He was anticipating the takedown attempt from Promanee and was waiting to fire off that knee. I mean, that's something that, you know, no schmo is gonna make that read that quickly. So this is a guy who's done his homework, he's experienced, and he's remaining on his feet.
But look the defense he's doing now. Like, he's strong on the feet.
Yeah, he's looking very, very solid in there. Remaining very, very calm in his opponent's hometown, despite having the entire arena against him.
We're also quiet down the arena a little bit now. And like, everybody are like looking, hey, this guy can actually fight.
Yeah.
This is going to be a close one.
And the thing is, too, when you're taking part in, like, you know, amateur competitions, many times you're fighting several days in a row. You don't know who you're facing until the very same day, so you can't game plan. I mean, it's baptism by fire, but it's one of the best ways to build your MMA resume and base is by taking part in those amateur competitions.
And the thing is, Hamza Dagdeviren had some footage of Mack Promanee, so he could, you know, see what he's coming in, what he's doing, and maybe Mack doesn't have the same footage that he could use, to prepare for his fight, you know. So that's also something that talks a little bit to Dagdeviren's, how do you say? Advantage.
Yeah. And again, you know, this was a late fight that was scheduled. At first, it was another opponent, not too late, but Mack started preparing for a Puerto Rican opponent, and then suddenly he pulled out because of weight problems.
I have to say, I really like what I'm seeing from Hamza, the German, controlling the distance.
Yeah, he's fighting very well, and he seems to have opened up a small cut.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. That front kick to the face could have caused some problems, but it just missed.
Yeah, but he also already had a couple of front kicks straight to the body that landed. You can see it on the redness on the stomach of Mack Promanee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good elbow there from Dagdeviren.
Oh, nice job there by Promanee. Finally gets the takedown that eluded him. Spins around and takes the back, following Dagdeviren at every turn.
But also composed fighting from Mack. Not rushing. He knows it's a long fight.
Yes.
5 minutes is a very, very long time.
1 minute left in this first round.
And this is where Promanee does some of his best work. Gets on the ground, strapped his opponent like a really painful backpack.
Not a backpack I would wear.
I'd rather wear one made out of stone.
Does he have the on?
It was under the chin, but he didn't have a full connection. That's the thing. The hand under the chin is nothing if you can't get the other hand to cause some force and friction there. So
exactly. Good arm wrestling here from Hamza.
Yeah.
Dagdeviren.
Yeah, solid hand fighting. Promanee working really hard there to get his own hand over. Might just go for some ground and pound now instead.
Yeah, 10 seconds left of the first round. Dagdeviren maybe with the first half of the round, and now Mack Promanee took over the last maybe 2.5 minutes.
And it seems very obvious that the game plan from Promanee now has just to get Hamza on the ground if he can.
Yeah, Dagdeviren has to use his reach advantage. Like you can see, there's a clearly reach advantage. Use the jab, use the leg kicks, especially in the for the body. That worked very, very well. He tried a one-up kick to the head, very, very close from connecting. So I think there are a lot of good things in what we've seen so far.
Look at the eye of Promanee swelling up.
Yeah,
almost having a hard time opening it already.
Yeah, but some of those shots. Or maybe that knee did partially land.
But that's going to be bigger and bigger as the fight's going to, and he's going to close the left eye.
Yes.
And if you feel compromised with the vision on the left eye, then you're going to have a tough time seeing the shots coming from his left, which are the right-handed from Dagdeviren. So it's something that he has to be careful about.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's got his work cut out for him, that's for sure. And let's see now.
But he's smiling. Dagdeviren looks like he's in a composed situation. Feels comfortable.
Yeah, well, I mean, any way you slice it, he is leading the charge on the feet. You see that? You see his confidence growing. He hasn't been hit with any particularly heavy strikes on the feet either. The danger for him is being taken down, and he's well aware of that.
Yeah. And you can also see it on his hands. They're like low but confident, and he's fast.
Here comes Mack again.
This is the only chance Mack has. It's to take him down and try to keep him on the ground and win the fight that way. There's no chance of him standing with Hamza.
Here comes the elbows.
Yeah, and so far, Promanee not able to connect his hands together to get a proper grip. So he's got the force, he's got his opponent pushed up against the cage, but he can't really get that takedown properly until he connects his hands.
And Dagdeviren actually also does a lot of damage in those scrambles here, like with the knees. He also had a couple of elbows hitting, connecting, you know. So even though it's Promanee that's pressing here now, it's actually Promanee getting the most damage done to him.
Yeah.
Again with a knee.
Look at all that blood.
Yes,
that's
there's
all
blood coming out now from that eye. Cut is opened.
I think it's a new cut that was made by those elbows there in the defensive clinch position. The angles add up.
I'm really impressed what I'm seeing from Dagdeviren, I have to say. Smart fighting, great in defense with the back against defense. Good leg position all the time, so he doesn't give the possibility for Promanee to take him down, you know?
Yeah. And it's interesting that we are in the same building where Promanee made his pro debut against viral sensation Johan Sega, so as a Cage Warriors 103 in March 2019. And, you know, in that fight, Promanee, he ended up losing a decision. So, you know, I'm sure the Danish fans here hope that history will not repeat itself.
Yeah, we don't want Kobe Heinen to become cursed for a Danish fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, we already had a couple of Danish losses, so let's...
Oh, there's a lot of blood right now. That could potentially help Promanee, because that's going to make both of them slippery. He could potentially slink those arms in, you know, get easier underhooks.
Right now he has a tough time to even getting a position where he can try to take Hamza Dagdeviren down.
He's been putting that pressure on for a long time now up against the cage, but hasn't really gotten anything from it.
But also because of his reach is so short. When Hamza is splitting up with his legs, it's tough for Promanee to grab him, you know, to get the...
Yeah, absolutely.
To get the takedown.
Yeah, the base is so wide and so high.
But you see, he's really compromised on the left eye.
Yeah. I'm not liking the body language from Promanee right now.
Oh, he's trying to wipe his face off, trying to, you know, gather his composure, it almost seems.
And the more you're focusing on things like that, the less you're focused. Oh, he's backing up into the corner, too. That's not good.
No, he's really having a hard time in there, Promanee.
Does he have the stamina now to go for another takedown attempt? He has.
Oh, he's doing so great in the defense, Dagdeviren. Again, using their elbows to try to cut up Promanee.
A fantastic move there by Promanee. Once again, I mean, he has to drop backwards almost to pull Dagdeviren towards him, because I think he's realized that he's not going to get the conventional takedown off of the cage.
Exactly. He has 1 minute to try to do something here. Yeah, holding the cage, not allowed.
Yeah, referee seemed to have missed that one. Let's see if he can get loose and land a little bit of offense, because that's what he needs right now.
30 seconds left.
But Promanee is not advancing in his positions. It's really tough for him to, and you can also see heavy breathing from Promanee, and that means that he's juiced out. Like, he has no energy to make the move that he can, you know, create some kind of damage, you know, create some kind of submission attempt. He's just laying on him. it doesn't give him anything.
Dagdeviren is trying to call out to the official. He seems very confident. Still one more round to go. But Mack is in trouble.
Yeah, he needs to finish now. That's what I feel like. He's down 2-up in rounds.
And he's going to have trouble seeing out of that eye. He has the bleeding from the top of his head.
He's not just fighting his opponent now, also he's fighting that injury. Because if, say, the doctor deems that, no, this is too dangerous to continue, your vision is impaired, then we could get a stoppage or we could get a doctor stoppage.
I think the blood on Hamza Dagdeviren, I think that's...
Yeah, that's for Promanee.
That's for Promanee, yes.
Looks like the cage side position has done a great job with the cut on Promanee, though. But a couple punches and it'll get opened up again, so...
The doctor's now checking the visibility of Promanee, if he can see the fingers.
Yeah, this is a tense situation here. Medical check before round 3.
Yeah, he's allowed to fight.
Okay.
But he has to run.
And he wants the crowd in it. He needs the support now from Kobe Heinen.
But I feel he has to rush him now. Like, take him down, like, just run into him and see if he can some kind of surprise him that way.
I think he needs to set it up with the hands first because, I mean, Dagdeviren, he knows that the takedown is coming. He's anticipating it. So I think he should lure him into a false sense of security on the feet and then level change when the opportunity presents itself.
But the problem is he can't see anything, Promanee. So you know, with the hands, you know, he's getting just countered by Dagdeviren. So if he had clear vision, yeah, for sure. But he's compromised on the left eye.
Yeah, there we see Promanee shoot in. But again, the German manages to remain upright.
Keeps a hold of that leg, though. Almost got him down.
But Dagdeviren is doing such a good job in the defense up against the cage.
Yeah, real heavy hips, great stable base. As soon as Promanee sort of drops down to level change, that's when you see Dagdeviren separate his legs as wide as possible to make sure that Promanee can't get a proper connection with both of his hands.
But you can also see the way he's now. Promanee's stretching his arms out. It's tough to get a pull. Like, you have no power to pull. And in those kind of situations, that's where he got cut before, like with the elbows, like now.
Oh, here comes
it's
the
a bad
elbows
situation.
But look at that, he's scooping. Now he's got the legs connected.
Yeah,
you
that's
see,
better.
As soon as he got the legs connected, that's when he had success with the takedown.
Yeah. He still has 3.5 minutes to advance his position and try to get some kind of submission or finish.
Mack Promanee doing everything he can in a fight that has taken almost everything out of him. A closed left eye, a cut on the top of his head, blood everywhere, and he's still fighting for control.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely a better position now. I would like to see him try and open up with some ground and pound because that would probably make it easier to slide that right leg over and he could potentially get right into full mount.
Yeah, he needs to get Hamza's attention somewhere. And right now he's just laying there and feeling comfortable, just looking to his corner, smiling almost a little bit. Like there's nothing from Promanee here. Like it's Hamza who's gonna, hitting him from the back. It's not good.
He's even.
But there's also a position where the referee can go in and say, okay, we're gonna stand you up, guys, because there's no action here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree there.
Yeah, and I think Dagdeviren is trying to, to get the official to say exactly that, trying to kind of mimic it to him by his facial expression.
Yeah, they should be standing up now. Like there's no progression at all from Promanee. You also see, even though he has small chances to slip up, there's nothing. No arms are moving. No arms are doing some kind of damage. He's basically just laying on him.
Yeah. And Dagdeviren manages to get back to full guard, and this is going to make it really even harder for Promanee to land offense. In the closed guard and with that overhook that Dagdeviren has on his left side, he's opened it up now because he's going to try and kick off, create some space, and immediately stand up. It's easier said than done, though, because, like I mentioned, Promanee, a very, very skilled wrestler and grappler.
Yeah, but he only has a minute and a half left of the third round.
It's not the most comfortable place to be, but Dagdeviren still seems pretty comfortable.
Dagdeviren's almost back to his feet. He might want to try and utilize butterfly hooks to potentially get a sweep.
But he's also feeling comfortable here, like hitting him with elbows from the back. It's Promanee's just getting smacked.
Yeah, but also because there's nothing to be afraid of from Dagdeviren's side. Like, he has to keep his defenses up, but he can just keep pounding. 30 seconds left soon.
Mack is just holding on to him. Like,
yeah, and he's shouting at him now, Dagdeviren.
There, nice kickoff. Got back to his feet, but immediately Promanee cuts that distance. Shoots for the takedown.
Talks to his corner. Dagdeviren.
10 seconds left now.
Okay, and they separate for the final seconds. Who will land the last strike?
There we go. Fight is over, and Dagdeviren seeming very confident.
And still quite a bit of intensity there.
That was a great performance by Hamza Dagdeviren. Really composed, and a great performance from the German.
And the teams are now getting, they're the ones that need to have cooler heads.
A lot of tension in this cage after a fight that was not the closest. It seems to just go Dagdeviren's way.
From the beginning, Promanee was behind. He couldn't get the reach in. He couldn't get the takedowns. And when he got him on the ground, he didn't do any damage. Like, did he even have a shot? Like, did he try to strike him? I didn't see any shots. He was just laying on him. So Promanee has to work on his ground and pound when he has his opponent on the ground. Try to ground and pound a little, try to advance his positions a little bit better than he did today.
And of course, the official decision coming up, because we will have to go to the scorecards. Again, the doctors in there trying to help out Mack Promanee.
We'll see about the old school judging though, because I mean, that being said, Promanee was the one that hands down had by far the most top controlled and control positions. So yeah, we'll see how the judges look at it.
That's a robbery. I know we're in Denmark and we want Mack Promanee to win, but it wasn't even close. Like, for me, there wasn't even a single inch in my body that felt that Promanee won this fight. You can see it in the face, all blood. Hamza Dagdeviren almost untouched. Great in defense, great in offense. A solid performance of the German.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Dagdeviren, he, like I said, very good amateur credentials that translated extremely well. And I think in this weight class in particular, with those long limbs, he can really be a problem.
And I think we're very close to getting the decision announced. So let's get up there to, even as Mack Promanee is trying to dance through the pain, he still also needs the pain of this decision. So let's get up to Sebastian Bull.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a fight! We have found a winner by split decision, Hamza Dagdeviren!
Wow, and there you have it, split decision for the German Hamza Dagdeviren. Like I said, I think some of the hometown old school judging might be in effect.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was, like, for me, clearly 3 rounds to love for Dagdeviren. But again, old school judging, a lot of top control from Mack Promanee, and that's what it gave him one of the judges that won in the fight.
And we see the watch being presented by the president, Dominance Fighting Championship. Hamza Dagdeviren trying to maybe explain some of the tension after the fight. Let's get up to Camilla Ottesen, who is getting ready to interview our winner.
Hamza, you look like a very happy man.
Arigato. Boss.
That was a very bloody fight.
Yes, of course, because my elbows is very sharp. Yes, the guy had good wrestling, but my background is Georgia, and wrestling and judo is in my heart. Was
Yesterday you said that you will take him out on a knockout in the first round. Was he tougher than you thought?
he said? Yes, of course, I want to knock him out in the first round. because I know my skills. But in the first round, he's not stronger what I think before. But sorry, my English is not perfect. One skill is very good from this guy. He blocked very good my jabs, my hooks. Normally I landed also every time my jabs and my hooks good on point, but this guy had very good defense. Yes, a little bit nervous. I'm a little nervous after 1, 2, 3 jabs, but after my elbows I saw, okay, he's done. He only want to wrestle with me, but strong guy. He have heart, but not on my level.
It was very, very tough. Very tough match. So who would you like to meet next time?
First, I want to say thank you, Dominance FC. Very nice organization. Thank you very much for the fight. Thank you, Copenhagen. Thank you. Very nice publicum. Thank you very much. Respect for all. This is MMA. Respect all fighters. Respect all warriors go into the cage and fight, because this is not football or tennis, this is MMA, not easy job. Thank you very much, Copenhagen. Nice energy, beautiful people, big respect. Wuss!
Thank you so much, Hamza, and congratulations.
And thank you for my sponsors. First, thank you for my team, Spitfire Berlin. Thank you, Yeet Wook, my manager. Thank you for my sponsors. Pops.
We can see them, we can see them. Thank you so much.
And I think a good call by Camilla there. Yes, we can see the sponsors. And, you know, he should be proud, and actually quite an entertaining interview by Dagdeviren. But as we're going to see some of the highlights from this fight, I actually think Dagdeviren's analysis of this fight was spot on.
Yeah. I mean, clearly he can fight and he can analyze as well. And I mean, like I said, he made those quick little reads on, okay, takedown, defensive uppercuts as well as Promanee was trying to shoot in. He did a fantastic job.
We talked about earlier on, don't judge the book about the cover. The cover was 1 and 2, but he came in and was dominant and showed that he's a real fighter and that he is a deal in MMA. Like, he has some kind of prospect. He has long limbs, he has good defense, he has good striking, sharp elbows, as he says.
Yeah.
Like, he looked good. He looked really good, I have to say.
Well, I mean, that book is a bestseller by now.
And it is a win, hopefully, that will help him build his career. He already had the chance in Octagon. We'll see where Mack Promanee's career go after this, because he showed all the skills that he wants to show, and here we have that tense finish. It was a fight to remember, but also the first here on the main card where we actually had the blue fighter win.
Yeah.
So let's hope for red wins from now on, right, Patrick?
Yes, we want the Danes to win, of course. That's what we are wishing for. But again, we love MMA, we love great fighters. So I am always cheering for the guy that shows skills. Like, I always love to see a good fighter, and Hamza Dagdeviren was a good fighter.
And now we have the co-main event of the evening and the main event of the evening coming up. But before that, we're going to go on a short commercial break. When we come back, Marcel Tatarian will enter the cage.